Hi, today in this video we're going to talk about one interesting idea which is emerging within HNIs as an asset class called alternative investment funds. और इसको AIF भी बोलते हैं. तो AIF एक बहुत ही ब्रॉड कॉन्सेप्ट है, एक बहुत ही ब्रॉड एसेट क्लास है जो वेरियस कैटेगरीज में डिवाइडेड है. तो ये वीडियो में हम इसी कॉन्सेप्ट को डेप्थ में समझेंगे कि हाउ AIF हैज ग्रोन इन इंडिया, व्हाट आर द वेरियस कैटेगरीज अंडर विच various assets AIFs can invest. Third, I'm going to show you two AIFs which could be part of your fixed income portfolio to enhance your overall yield. Before we start the video, I want to give a small disclaimer that this video is purely for informational purposes and is not an investment advice. Before making any investment decisions, always refer to your investment advisor and do your due diligence. So hi, this is Krishna Makharia, CFA, Executive Director and Head of Research with iVentures Capital. So if you look at my screen, I'm showing you an interesting article which summarizes the growth of AIFs within HNIs in India. तो इंडिया में लास्ट 5 साल में AIFs करीब 7 गुना बढ़ चुका है, उसका AUM करीब 7 गुना बढ़ चुका है. तो 2017 में AIF का कमिटेड कैपिटल था 84,000 करोड़ और आज इसका कमिटेड कैपिटल है मोर देन 6 लाख करोड़. तो इफ यू वांट टू अंडरस्टैंड अबाउट कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स ऑफ AIFs, तो AIFs in general can be divided between 3 categories, category 1, 2 and 3. So if you look at my screen, so category 1 includes funds which are investing into early stage startups, venture capital funds, and also AIFs who are investing into venture capital funds. When you talk about category 3, so these are funds which are funds that are using derivative strategies, leverage in the portfolio, and long only equity portfolio, right? So these are basically hedge funds, जिसको globally hedge funds बोलते हैं. And category 2 is the broadest among all, जिसमें काफी fixed income AIFs आते हैं, private equity AIFs आते हैं और pre-IPO AIFs आते हैं. So this is the broadest strategy. So if you look at the definition, it says anything that is not category 1 or category 3 is a category 2 AIF. That makes it very broad. One thing to note about AIFs is minimum investment in an AIF is about 1 crore rupees. But 1 crore rupees does not have to be paid in one go. Most AIFs raise money in tranches. तो पहले वो आपसे कमिटेड कैपिटल ले लेंगे, दे विल टेक अ कमिटमेंट, say it is minimum of 1 crore rupees, and then as and when the deal comes into play they will call for capital, जिसे drawdown कहते हैं. तो generally जब आप देखते हो तो fund takes a commitment of say 1 crore rupees and they'll deploy this money over next 15 to 18 months. So as and when they find deals, they will submit a communication to you calling for capital, and this is called drawdown. In the last couple of years, we've been very active researching a lot of AIFs. हमने across the world काफी AIFs को deeply study किया है. तो today we want to show about 2 ideas which makes a lot of sense to enhance one's fixed income portfolio. क्योंकि last 2 साल में fixed income में कोई return ही नहीं बना है और आज भी bonds में और FDs में hardly कोई return है. तो if you want to enhance your fixed income portfolio, we have 2 solutions. Both of them are being offered by top financial institutions in India. Both are backed by banks and are managing more than 2, 3 or 4 lakh crores in total AUM that they manage. So if you look at my screen, अगर आप fixed income spectrum को देखते हैं तो whole spectrum can be divided ranging from high grade bonds to all the way to venture debt. ये सारे जो segments होते हैं fixed income markets में, इन सब में एक एक्सपेक्टेड रेट ऑफ रिटर्न होता है. तो इंडिया में हमने एक फंड को एनालाइज किया है विच मेक्स अ लॉट ऑफ सेंस. क्योंकि बैंकिंग रेगुलेशन कुछ ट्रांजैक्शंस को अवॉइड करती है. बैंक्स कुछ ट्रांजैक्शंस कर ही नहीं सकते क्योंकि उन्हें बैंकिंग रेगुलेशन अलाउ नहीं करता है. ये डील्स खराब नहीं है, बट बैंकिंग रेगुलेशन इन सबको अलाउ नहीं करता लेंड करने के लिए, तो दे हैव टू गो टू क्रेडिट मार्केट और एन AIF लाइक दिस. तो इसी सेगमेंट में अगर आप देखेंगे कॉर्पोरेट फैसिलिटीज और LAS विच इज क्रेडिट एंड क्रेडिट स्ट्रक्चर्ड क्रेडिट आता है इसमें, राइट. which is the fund endeavor of fund manager is to manage money somewhere between 9 to 16%. और किस टाइप की डील्स होगी, जैसे अगर आप समझिए कोई कंपनी है जिसको बायबैक करना अपने शेयर्स, कोई लिस्टेड कंपनी है जिसे बायबैक करना अपने शेयर्स को, उसे शॉर्ट टर्म फाइनेंस चाहिए 6 महीने के लिए, 1 साल के लिए, 1.5 साल के लिए, वो he cannot go to bank, the company cannot go to a bank because banking regulation does not allow this transaction to happen. Good companies, large companies like TCS, Infosys, Vedanta, when they do their buyback, even they can't go to bank because bank will strictly say no. They'll have to go to a fund like this. Secondly, imagine there is a family settlement happening between two corporate brothers, right? One brother has to pay some funds to another, and he wants short-term finance to finance this deal. He again cannot go to bank because bank does not finance this kind of deals. Some companies coming for an IPO. During an IPO, there are a lot of costs involved, and someone needs short-term loan to finance this transaction, say for 6 months, 1 year, 1.5 years, right? Again, they cannot go to bank, right? So these are the kind of deals the fund highlights and funds focuses to invest into with complete security, because all the transactions are secured with hard and soft collaterals, which includes a lien against property, a lien against pledge against shares. It could include corporate guarantee, and it could include personal guarantee, right? Most of the cases, what the fund's endeavor is to get the cash flows into escrow. तो कल के दिन अगर कोई दिक्कत भी होती है, तो you have all the security in place, and also all the funds are going to go through escrow accounts, so at any point of time you can have control over operating cash flows. When it comes to lending, what matters the most is not what you're doing, but what you should avoid, right? So when you look at the presentation, the screen that I'm showing you, so the fund aims to avoid greenfield projects and also avoid distressed companies. So the focus of the fund is to invest into deals where there is a scope of operating cash flows. क्योंकि अगर cash flows रहता है तो बहुत सारी प्रॉब्लम्स ऑलरेडी एलिमिनेट हो जाती है. कोई ग्रीनफील्ड प्रोजेक्ट आप देखते हो तो उसमें कैश फ्लोज नहीं होते, बिकॉज प्लांट एंड प्रोजेक्ट इज जस्ट गेटिंग सेट अप. सेम इज द केस इन डिस्ट्रेस कंपनीज. The fund's aim is not to provide funds for operational purposes. तो आप फंड में कभी भी ऐसे नहीं देखोगे कि कोई ट्रेडिंग पर्पसेस के लिए या ज्वेलरी बिजनेस जहाँ पे वर्किंग कैपिटल की रिक्वायरमेंट होती है और कोई हार्ड एसेट नहीं होता है टू मार्क कोलेटरल, वैसी जगह पर ये फंड लेंड नहीं करेगा. This AMC that's managing this fund is in existence for more than 15 years, currently managing more than 4.5 lakh crores. And during the whole of fiasco that has happened in the last 3 years and 4 years, whether in 2018 and 19 and 20, none of their funds were ever affected. So they're doing something right. Their focus is to work only with good promoters and not get greedy about returns. So this was the first idea that we wanted to discuss as an alternative asset for your fixed income portfolio. It is a structured credit product, and so the fund will be raised within next 12 to 15 months, and the fund has a life of about 4 to 5 years. तो इसमें हो क्या रहा है कि drawdowns आपके next 12 से 15 महीने में रहेंगे, पैसा रेज होगा, डिप्लॉय होगा, और 12 महीने के बाद या 15 महीने के बाद जब क्लोज होगा वहाँ से फंड की लाइफ रहेगी करीब 4 साल की. So this is how you can enhance your fixed income portfolio if your overall FDs are giving you about 5% or 6% pre-tax. This fund can give you about 12 to 13%, roughly about 12 to 13% pre-tax. So your overall yield in the fixed income portfolio can be enhanced. The next idea I want to talk to you about is again a structured credit AIF in the real estate space. So the fund aims to lend short-term finance to real estate developers across the life cycle of construction, right? So it could be for land acquisition, it could be last stage financing, it could be mid-stage financing. So when you look at real estate market in India, so there is a lot in common with China. So we are very similar to how real estate markets in China looked like in 1980s. So in 1980s, China's large part of population used to live in rural areas, right? Today when we look at Indian structure, it's only about, in a population of 130 crores, we have only 10 crore people living in urban areas. The rest all belong to rural areas. With growth, with development happening, a lot of population is migrating to urban India. This will lead to a huge influx of people coming in. They need place to live, right? So this is where real estate comes into play, where the fund is financing tier 2 developers in tier 1 cities as short-term finance backed by collateral, and there is complete secured lending that's happening. It is giving a small ticket loan of about 50 crores, 60 crores only for construction of affordable houses. The AMC that's managing this fund has already done one series in the past, and our experience with them has been extremely good in clients' account, right? So they're coming up with new series, and again, this AMC is an extremely large financial institution backed by a bank. If you look at my screen, I'm showing you a few of the deals that they have done in the past. So you see, amount distributed is in the tune of about 25 crores to about 50 crores. The time of maturity is roughly 1.5 years from here. And the targeted IRR, where the fund has been lent, is about roughly between 18 to 19 or 19.2%. And the interesting thing to look about, this is what I was talking about, that all these transactions are marked with hard and soft collaterals. So there's mortgage of land, hypothecation of receivables, there is share pledge, and also personal and corporate guarantees. So if they are lending about 50 crores to someone, the idea is to make sure that there is collateral worth at least 100 to 150 crores. So at least 2 to 3x cover on the amount that is being lent. Secondly, there is a keen focus on marking cash flows into escrows, right? Today, when we look at real estate sector, in the last 5-6 years or 10 years, there has been a lot of regulation that has come into place. Earlier, there was no IBC, there was no NCLT. Today, there is NCLT. Couple of years back, there was no RERA. Today, at least, there is RERA. So that all the cash flows are escrow marked, right? So this makes a lot of sense to add into portfolio to enhance fixed income yields, because again, the alternatives like FDs and bonds are still giving very low returns. When we talk about the characteristics of this fund again is a 4 to 5 year commitment, wherein in the first 12 to 15 months, the fund will call for capital in a slow and steady fashion in the tranches of say 15 lakhs or 20 lakh rupees. And then after the closure, within 4 years, the money will be returned along with return. And the interesting part to note is the endeavor of the fund managers here is to give quarterly coupon, so that there is some level of consistency in cash flows. So alternative space is a very broad space, and there's a lot of interesting ideas that are getting created which could enhance your overall portfolio and offer a non-correlated returns to overall economy and overall market related instruments, right? So our endeavor is to break down a lot of ideas like this. So you can connect with us, me and my team, at wealth@iventures.in, or you can visit our website at www.iventures.in. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up button. You can share this video with your friends to spread knowledge, and subscribe to our channel to stay updated about upcoming videos. Thank you.